thank you to all the originators of this practice and all of our teachers and ancestors that came before us. So I want to go through a little flow that I put together for you. Let's get started. If you can find a comfortable seat, if not, whatever position just feels the most effortless right now. See about resting the palms on the knees, maybe scrunch the shoulders up toward the ears and then down and back, relax the shoulders. Nice. If you want to shut the eyes and that feels okay in your body and your space, then please do. Start to become aware of your breath. Soften your gaze. Nice tall spine. And notice how the breath creates space in our thoughts. And take what you need here. Meditating can be challenging to say the least. Thoughts are like clouds passing by, no attachments, no judgments or trying to change the thoughts. And then as those clouds pass by, maybe you can just visualize the blue sky and notice the space. I kind of relate this to the bottom of an exhale. That pause for a moment where we feel pretty relaxed. Chin to chest, round out the spine, cat. And shine the chest, drop the head back, gaze comes up. Nice, come back to neutral. Let's roll over the knees and come into our first tabletop. Beautiful, so in tabletop, the wrists are beneath the shoulders and knees beneath the hips. If any subtle change in the shape feels better for you, then of course take it. Maybe play around with shining the elbow pits forward and then rotating the forearms inward. This helps to open up the shoulders as well. And see if you can engage your core just so that your from tailbone to top of head is almost a straight line. Beautiful, and then we'll bump the hips side to side. And just let this be shallow. This always feels very, very tight in my body. Maybe yours too. Nice, and if you want to take some dancing line, you can start to make circles with the hips in one direction. Sometimes people like to involve the head here a little bit. And then we'll reverse it, take it in the opposite direction. Warming up our major joints. Nice, and let's move into puppy pose. So we're gonna come back to neutral table and then walk the palms out toward the top of the head. Keep the hips over the knees if you can. Lower forearms down, lower forehead. And sometimes it feels nice to roll the forehead along the mat here. Amazing. And see about sliding the hips back to land on the heels and dragging the arms back toward the body. Nice. So now we're in this shape. Let's reach the arms up overhead. Grab left wrist with right hand. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, reach over toward the right. Nice. Left side body stretch. Gaze can be beyond the left elbow. Engage the core. And breathe. back up through center. Go ahead and reset the hands, switch up the bind, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach over toward the left. Breathe through the right side. Amazing. Come back up to center and relax the arms down by the sides. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands out to tabletop and tuck the toes, lift the knees, come into downward facing dog. Ooh, so our very first down dog is going to feel maybe a little funky the first time you're in it. But the feet are roughly hip width distance apart. They can be wider than that if you like. You can play around with the distance there. And equal distribution of weight pressed between all finger pads, the palm beneath the knuckles and the heel of the palm. Shoulders come away from the ears, biceps are alongside the ears. And let's slowly walk our way up toward the top of the mat. Take your time getting there, nice bent knees and forward fold. So fingertips can either be dangling or rested gently on the mat. Slight bend in the knees or deep bend in the knees is welcomed here. And relax your neck. See if you can find this decompression of the spine. If you care to grab for opposite elbows, you can sway side to side. And lower the hands, release the bind. Plant the left palm into the mat. Deep bend in the left knee. So come up onto the ball of the foot of the left foot and reach the right arm high. Gaze comes along with the right hand, so up toward the ceiling. Little twist here. Last breath. And go ahead and release it. Switch out the hands, switch out bent knee. Open up through the left side. Try to release any tension with the exhale. One more breath. Nice. And plant both hands down. Step right foot back. And then left. Right away, let's lower the knees down. Hug the elbows into the rib cage, bend them up, lower chest and chin. Beautiful, so keep your hands right where they're at. They should be just beneath the collarbones. We're gonna come into shoulder pigeon. So keep left hand planted as is. Right arm comes out to a T with the palm face down on the ground. Beautiful. And then using the left hand, you're gonna push through the earth and roll up onto the right shoulder. The hips should stack here. If you care to, plant the left foot behind right knee. Yeah, so this is a really nice shoulder opener. It's also a spinal twist. So if you ever have any pinching or discomfort, please back off. Beautiful. Stay here for another few breaths. I know for me this one feels nice. All right, let's slowly come out of it the same way we came in. Switch the hands out, press into left palm, or right palm. Maybe taking the same setup with right foot behind left knee. Relax the face. One more breath. And roll back to the belly. Let's go ahead and take Sphinx pose. So forearms are gonna plant on the mat in front of us. The elbows are just under the shoulders if possible. So your elbows are making that 90-degree angle. Palms are face down on the mat in front of you. And just relax into the upper body, most of the belly pressing onto the mat at this phase. Nice, and notice the parts of the body that are touching the ground and just feel really connected and rooted here. And then see about actively pulling the ground towards you, so pressing into the palms and the forearms, gripping and seeing about pulling the chest forward. The head will naturally want to lift. Gaze can lift as well. Beautiful, go ahead and release that. This pose is thought to activate the vagus nerve, which helps us with rest and digest. Let's do that again. So active through the palms, press down and pull the earth towards you. Sorry, my dog is playing with her bowl there. Draw the shoulders back, shine the chest forward. Gaze comes up. If that feels okay on the neck. And release it. Let's go ahead and bring the arms by the sides, palm face up this time, and rest either cheek on the mat. Beautiful. Let's press through to our tabletop transition and come into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the knees, walk your dog. I think mine wants me to walk her. Just a couple breaths in downward dog. Nice, and then walk the feet up toward the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands can be on the shins, body's in a figure 7. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, rise up, arms up overhead, palms to touch, and down at heart center, down by the sides. Beautiful. So now we're in our Tadasana, mountain pose. Feeling equal distribution of the weight in all aspects of the feet. The palms are shining forward. And the core is engaged, the tailbone tucked just slightly under, the chin slightly tucked as well. Nice, reach your arms up overhead, gaze comes up, and we fold forward, breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, right foot, then left. Let's stay in plank pose for one breath. As we exhale, we lower down halfway. Inhale, upward dog, or maybe cobra if you're down on the mat. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Amazing. Couple breaths in down dog. And walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, we'll fold right away. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Beautiful. Left foot back first, then right. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. This is our Sun A. Really waking up the spine, waking up our major joints. Last breath in. On that exhale, walk, step, or jump. Top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Plant the hands. Jump or step back. High plank. To low plank. Keep the elbows hugged in. Inhale, up dog, shine chest forward. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Pedaling out your dog feels good. Like that. Maybe gaze over one underarm and the other. Take a breath in. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Maybe baby back bend. Exhale and fold. Half lift. And hand step or hop. High plank. To low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Roll over the toes. Down dog. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Beautiful. Let's bring left foot to the center of the mat. Reach the right leg up. Any amount. It's gonna feel intense on the back of the left leg at first. Bend up the knee, open up the hip if that feels good. Maybe some hip circles. And square up the hips when you're ready. Bring the knee in toward the chest. Plant right foot in between the hands. Lower back knee down. Reach up, low lunge. Amazing, so the hips are squared toward the front of your space. Deep bend in that front knee. Shoulders are away from the ears. And let's come into half splits, so we're gonna shift forward, straightening front leg, flexing right toes toward the face. And trying not to arch too much or collapse into this, but more thinking about length in the spine. Beautiful, let's come back into our runner's lunge. Reach up. And back into half splits. Find your breath here on the inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, tuck the toes behind you and see if you can come up into high lunge. Beautiful. We're gonna come into airplane pose. So let's draw the body forward, bring our weight into our front foot, and hover left leg off the mat. Beautiful, palms are face down. The hips are in one line. Nice. See if we can keep that balance. Let's bring the leg through, bend up the knee. Hold it there for a moment. And let's come into tree pose. So see if you can maintain your balance even still. Maybe using the help of your left hand, situate left foot on either the thigh, the calf, the ground. Hands come to heart center or down by the sides. And you can even grow your roots here. Pressing thigh into foot just as much as foot presses into thigh. See if you can close your eyes for 1 second and notice how that challenges your balance. It's all for fun. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and release that, but without lowering our leg to the ground, we're going to come back into our airplane. Beautiful. And then step it back, we're gonna come into warrior one. So 45-degree angle with that foot, the heel plants on the ground, bend in the front knee and reach the arms up high. Amazing, clasp the arms behind you, shine the chest forward, draw the knuckles down toward the ground, gaze lifts. And exhale, humble warrior. Fold into the inside of the right leg, Relax the head. Clasped arms can come up almost overhead, not quite, unless you're very flexible. And breathe. One more breath in. And breath out, we rise. Beautiful. Straighten out the front leg. Bring the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Warrior two arms, so tee them out. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, we reach forward, tilt the hips back. Lower front arm onto either shin or the mat and reach left arm high, gaze toward the ceiling. Triangle pose. So in this shape, our hips are almost stacked on top of one another. If we could visualize that. Shoulders as well. Beautiful, and let's challenge ourselves a little bit here. We're gonna lift bottom arm, bring the bicep by the ear, and the same with top arm. It's almost like we're holding an invisible ball, using your core, reach up all the way. Beautiful, let's cartwheel the arms, frame the front foot, and come back to downward dog. Let's roll through a chaturanga, come forward to plank, lower halfway, inhale up dog, exhale downward dog. Nice, and if here you want to take a child's pose, it might feel nice. A few breaths here. Before we go to the other side. All right, right foot plants to the center of the mat, lift the left leg, open up the hip, stack the hips, and some circles with the hip. Beautiful, square off those hips, left knee in toward chest, and place it between the hands. Lower right knee down, reach up, low lunge. Check your alignment here. Check with your mind and your thoughts. Are they racing? Are they slowing down? Feel a little sweaty. Beautiful, and let's shift back, straighten out front leg, runner's lunge, or half splits. Beautiful, bend up left knee, reach up, runner's lunge. On your next exhale, half splits. Inhale, runner's lunge. Half splits, step out. Breath in, runner's lunge. Beautiful. Frame that foot and we're gonna tuck the back toes, lift back knee off the mat, reach up, coming into our high lunge. Amazing. Soon we will move into our balancing poses on this side. So shift the weight forward, bring the arms back, launch off the left foot and hover. Right foot, airplane. Beautiful, see about dropping that right hip down just an inch or so. Nice, and bring the left or right leg through without lowering it to the ground. Bend up that leg with the help of the right hand. Come into your tree pose. Sometimes this one's really nice done on a block too. Maybe challenging your balance. Closing the eyes for a moment. Nice, and come out of this the same way, come into airplane. Lower down, but we're gonna land in our warrior one this time. So 45-degree angle with the right foot. Pinky edge is pressed into the mat. Deep bend in the front knee. Hips are squared toward the front of the room. So if you need to bring the feet into more train tracks than in one line, that might help. Beautiful. Clasp the hands behind the back. Chest shines forward, knuckles draw down. Take a breath in. Exhale, we fold to the inside of the left knee. Relax head. Humble warrior. Amazing. Breath in draws you back up to center. Straighten out that front leg. Bring back leg parallel with the back of the mat. Warrior two arms, tee them out. Take a breath to reset. Beautiful. Inhale, reach forward. Bring the hips back toward the back of the room. Teeter the arm down. Reach right arm high. Triangle. Nice. See if we can do that little core work here. So float left arm off of the shin of the mat. Let right arm meet the right ear. And use your core to help pull you up. Reset and we'll cartwheel. Frame left foot, come into downward facing dog. Roll forward, high plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Come down to the knees, but let them be wide this time. Bring the big toes to touch, lower hips back, lower forearms, forehead. Child's pose. Check in. Amazing work from here. We're just gonna wind it down. Beautiful. Roll it up when you're ready. And let's find our backs here. Bring the legs through. Lower down slowly. And let's keep the soles of the feet on the mat, about hip width distance apart. And we're gonna bring right ankle over left thigh. Coming into our figure four. Bring left foot off the mat and interlace the hands behind the left thigh. Pull that thigh in towards you. Maybe tiny shift side to side. Nice. Notice where you can soften. Beautiful. Release. The grip of the fingers, lower left foot down, and drop the knees toward the right. See how the arms, gaze comes to the left. Bring the gaze back to center, maybe engaging the core. Lift those legs towards center, reset. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Switch out the legs, bring the vine behind right thigh, draw the leg in toward you. Figure four, and the legs, the feet can be flexed or relaxed, whichever feels best right now. maybe taking those little rocks side to side. Sometimes that helps me get into different angles at the hip. Release the bind, lower right foot, and lower legs toward the left. Tee out the arms again, gaze comes right this time. Does your mind allow you to just be between the words, between the thoughts, between the movements? The liminal space, arguably the most important. Nice. Engage through center, bring the legs up. Reset and bring the arms in. Let's come into Savasana. Feet are wide. Arms are splayed out, maybe palms faced up this time. Take a big breath. Let's all take an inhale together. All the way, and then hold at the top. Sip in a little more air. Little more. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Relax everything. Maybe parting the lips to encourage the jaw to relax as well. Traditionally, Savasana is held for 5 to 10, maybe more minutes. So if you pause here and stay in your Savasana, that is wonderful. If you are ready and you want to start to deepen the breath, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Notice where your body lies in space. And when you're ready, reach the arms up overhead. Big good morning stretch. Nice. And roll onto your preferred side. Fetal position. Slowly pressing up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice, and I hope you have a spectacular day and week. I hope May is treating you well so far. I can't believe we're nearly halfway through it, but I wish you many blessings and so much love.